It's day 2 of the ongoing protest by members of the Edo Civil Society organizations and electricity consumers demanding for improved power supply, reduced electricity tariffs, obedience to court judgment by BEDC, and to refrain from the intimidation of electricity consumers with security agents by management of BEDC. The protesters also alleged that there is connivance between the judiciary and management of BEDC to remand electricity consumers in the state and thereafter force them to pay electricity bills they never consumed. Some staff of the Federal High Court at Ikhuoria were helpless as they watched the protesters chant solidarity songs. Armed security agents were on the ground to ensure there is no breakdown of law and order. The protesters who were at the entrance gate of the Federal High Court for several hours said they decided to take their protest to the High Court premises to let the judges know their plight and to ensure the management of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company obey a restraining order from increasing tariffs. They also kicked against a situation where electricity consumers are remanded with difficult bail conditions.
It is not because they have heard the case at all. So it's not even the case that have been established. It is that they are remanded. Then the conditions of bail is our biggest anger in the whole of it.
Notice that in Edo State for the past 2 weeks, the court, as BDC has been using the court to jail Edolites.
We are here to hear our grievances so that for the judge to retrieve his steps for further action of sending our people to jail.
Addressing the protesters, a staff of the Federal High Court Benin City who refused to disclose his identity promised to channel their petition to the appropriate authorities.
I want to implore you that your message has been taken in, would deliver that message to the appropriate authority. I can assure you with my whole life that we have 2 judges there and they are incorruptible.
Some staff of the Federal High Court and legal practitioners were stranded as they were unable to gain access to the court after several hours, but were forced to use the abandoned gate that is flooded owing to a bad state of the road in the area. This makeshift bridge was constructed by staff of the Federal High Court in Benin City following the protest put together by members of the civil society organizations in Edo State after several hours of waiting outside without being able to gain access into the office complex. Members of the Edo Civil Society organization and electricity consumers also took their protest to the appeal court complex at Ikhuoria. Efforts to get the public relations officer of the BEDC, Mr. Tayo Adekunle, was unsuccessful as several calls put across to him went unanswered. Aigboje Ikhuoria reporting.